is what I wound up with. And that thing, when I got into it, it didn't have any floors, no electricity. They had pulled all the wiring out.
So it was basically a box.
A box with a huge amount of rat. The walls were so bad, we took out all the walls, the insulation. There was no floors. You literally walk on it, put your foot through because someone had peed in one area. It stank. And that's where I started.
Wow. Can I ask you really quick before we go in, though? So I visit homeless veterans and the homeless population in general, and I've done it all up and down the West Coast. What was the difference for you from being like out, like in a shelter or out on the street being homeless versus even the situation you have now, which is probably not ideal for you, but what is the difference of feeling from being literally outside homeless to at least being sheltered? What was a different feeling for you?
Safety.
You felt more safe inside, yep.
Yeah, because when I was on the street, I got stabbed twice.
That's very common. Stabbed, robbed, assaulted.
Assaulted. Even the police assaulted me and busted my collarbone.
Oh my gosh.
And there's nothing I could do about it. They said I was struggling and trying to get away, and I wasn't. I was like, I already got hit the ground, but they don't like homeless.
Yeah. No, they do not.
So it got real bad, and it wasn't safe at all. Even the people, there was a couple of veteran brothers that were out there that we would band together and watch each other.
Yeah.
And that felt safer. And then one had to go away. One died on the street. Unfortunately, I lost a good friend. Died from exposure. He was a 74-year-old Vietnam veteran, still waiting on vast housing.
This is the thing that keeps them from getting the care they need is the fact they didn't get the care they needed. I mean, it's just a lunacy.
That's exactly it. That's exactly it. When we were together in that band, the band of brothers, a lot of our mental health, there was some guys in that band that liked to drink. I don't drink or do drugs. But there were some guys there that had a really heavy alcoholic problem.
Yeah.
And all it took was a couple of brothers to listen to their story, a couple of us that were in AA, because I went through AA, and to help him out, and his life started going better. And I think we miss the camaraderie and the structure.
Yeah.
You while you're in and you're ready to get out, you're like, yeah, I'm going to get out. I'm not going to have to do this crap no more, blah, 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 And
then you're like, I wish I could be doing that crap.
You miss it. You miss it. You miss, I don't miss it because I didn't have a good experience. Personally, as a veteran, when someone says thank you for your service, I want to say you're welcome, but I also want to say that it's become a buzzword. A lot of us veterans are looked at like we're mentally ill all the time, or we're not responsible, we're alcoholics, we're caffeine addicts, we're smokers, we're no good.
Broken toys.
Broken toys.
Yeah.
And they don't realize, especially us that have lost our homes and stuff, they don't realize that the only thing we want is for America to love us much as we love it.
Oh, can I give you a hug? That was one of the most beautiful things anyone has ever said to me in an interview. That is exactly what we need to be doing as a country.
I was willing to go that far.
And this is the best we could do for you as a country. And this is you actually had to do for yourself. The country's really done little or nothing. How can we help you? I know, Rob has told me that you've been fighting to get rated fairly or at all. For how long?
38 years.
38 years. Your whole lifetime, you've been trying to do one thing. You've just been trying to get one thing to happen and you couldn't do it. How would that make you feel? It would make you feel pissed off, desperate, set aside, like not enough. Like, why not me? Why are you helping all these other people? I'm living in a freaking trailer with no bathroom and you're not helping me. You're helping all these people that cross the border. Maybe we need to take you to the other side of the border, let you walk across, and then we can get you the help you need.
I told my friend that. I said the thing that makes me the most angry, because in my story, it happened on our soil. My battleground was here.
In America.
In America.
Yeah.
There was a lot of issues with white supremacy in that unit, and I fought against that. When I was 15, I got a girl pregnant, I was a high school dropout.
Yeah.
I got my GED. My dad was an engineer. I was bored with high school, so I got a
Yeah.
GED. I decided to go to pre-basic training. That was when I was 16. You could go to...
That's early. That's young.
Yep.
That's a big commitment, huh?
You could go to a place called Camp Withicum up in Oregon, where you could go pre-basic.
Wow.
So I went to pre-basic training, and when I was 17, was able to be signed in. I went into the Army National Guard, and they signed me in, and I was sent to Fort Jackson, South Carolina, and I did my basic training there. I was on an award called First Team. I guess we did really, really well above everybody else. I was ready for it because at the time I was working part-time with my brother collecting metal to support my pregnant, now going to be wife. And I married her just before I went to basic too. Big mistake.
Wow.
But we were both pretty much partiers and stuff, you know, when I was younger, so very unstable. But I went to pre-basic, got into basic, got back home from basic, and got put into the 218th Field Artillery in Oregon.
Wow.
I went there. I was supposed to go to AIT. Something happened on my slot, wasn't open.
Yep.
And because I've already, I already started college, right when I got home, I started college.
Yep.
So
not to interrupt you, but it seems like up to this point, aside from you getting a young lady pregnant too early, it seems like you were making an effort to be very responsible with your choices. Like you were going the right direction until what happened?
I was in the unit for about a year.
Okay.
Before the very bad things happened. Yep. My daughter was already here. I got custody from a prior relationship. I was getting remarried. Things were going really, really, really well.
Yeah.
And one night, I'm going to these barbecues with the guys in the unit, trying to get to know everybody. I'm an FNG, right? So no one wants to mess with an FNG.
Yep.
So I'm tagging along with my, I guess, billet sergeant, you know, whoever they put me in charge, you know, put me under. And so I'm going to these barbecues, and I noticed at the barbecue, I didn't go to a lot of them, but the last few I went to before the major thing, and we used to go up to Larch Mountain and shoot our guns, you know, and have a good time, you know, our personal weapons, and have a great time. But then I started noticing a lot of things I didn't like at the barbecues, all the guys were getting together, and there was a Nazi flag in the guys' living room. And they're all doing the salute in the backyard. And I'm like, wait a second, how can... I took the oath to this country. Yeah. Not to a bunch of partiers, not to anyone, but to the United States Constitution, to our freedoms and our liberties and our citizens. Yep. So I started collecting data on that. I didn't like it, what I was seeing. And one night, because my AIT slot wasn't open, they had me go to the unit twice a week. You know, once on the weekend, not even my reserve duty weekend. No, I had to show up on the weekend and in the middle of the week to do training and things like that called OTJ. And so I signed up for that. I was already going to college for electronics anyway and communications. I was getting a 4.0, so... You're very bright. I was getting better than what I would have at the unit anyway. Yeah. That stuff was laying wire and T-23 radios and things like that. I could design that radio by the time I was in there. So I was in the back in the armory, and I was cleaning out some gear and equipment, and underneath a bunch of piles of the reels, I found piles and piles of drugs. In that time period, there was a lot of that mess going on, yeah. I was told to report to the sergeant, my sergeant, so I reported it to him. He was the main one involved. He was the ringleader, and you told him. Yeah. Yeah. That I was collecting data. That probably made you very unsafe. Yeah. One night, I was called into the command, and I was told to shut my mouth. And I said, well, what's going on? Because now I'm getting threats. And they go, well, it's your fault. Yeah, because you wanted to do the right thing. It's your fault. Yeah. Yeah. I really felt like this was an enemy. I mean, my family was in the military.
Yeah.
So I understood this completely, that this is a domestic enemy. I took an oath to
Protect the country against even ourselves. Yeah.
all enemies, foreign and domestic. And one night, 6 of the guys came to my house and pulled me in the backyard and almost beat me to death,
How scary.
telling me to shut up. I tried to go to command with it, and command said that I should leave it alone and sign this document stating that I was lying to the DOD. I was lying on a report to them, and that they would let me out right then with the honorable discharge, the whole works. And I told them to fuck off. They said, well, you still have to show up for duty while we're investigating. I had called DOD, but nothing was going on. They didn't move on it, but they knew I had reported outside the unit after nothing happened the first time. One night they came to get me. They threatened my daughter. They said they were going to do the same thing to my kid. So we had little cubby holes throughout the house. I couldn't report to the police because I was sworn to secrecy from the unit command. I couldn't call police. I couldn't go outside the unit. I couldn't go outside and get any help or nothing. Or I would go to jail.
Yeah.
I'd go to Fort Leavenworth. That's what I was told. So I kept my mouth.
And you were young. You probably believed all that.
I was 18 years old.
This kind of stuff happens and people know and people see and they just let it fly. And then you wonder how little kids get assaulted. You wonder why there's this whole culture of everybody shut up about it. It's not okay.
No.
It is not okay because it ruins people's lives. You never really fully recover from getting assaulted, especially when you're further oppressed by the oppressors because you can't even, there's no one there to help you. You just feel powerless. It's very scary.
Every time they would come by the house, because this was an extensive, it was ramping to a very
it was a big deal,
huge DOD investigation.
Yeah.
But it was ramping to that.
I'm really sorry all that happened to you. So that I can collect my thoughts. You go into the Guard expecting to go serve your country, some heroism kind of thoughts you're having. I want to go serve my country, only to be met with the utmost force and violence. And then, from what I gather, you're simply just trying to get our government to recognize your service, to recognize that this happened to you, and compensate you like every other veteran. And the country has basically said, "Hey, we tried, but good luck, no cigar." Because I read some of your documents. It sounds like some congressmen have been involved, some people from the actual DOD Army. So where is it now? Where is your case now? So I know what to do with it. You gave up.
I gave up after 38 years. I mean, reiterating the story has been hard enough. And
because you have to relive it every time. It's new trauma.
While you're in our care, we must do this procedure because you're in our care. But if you just sign these documents saying that you were lying to the DOD, we'll let you out right now and you can go to your civilian doctor for different treatment.
No further abuse, even when you're supposed to be getting medical care.
Isolation for 1 month in a room with loud noises and baby crying in the loudspeakers and the whole works up at Madigan Military Hospital.
This should be a movie. This is so outrageous to me.
Because my leg wasn't working, because they kicked me so much, that I still bear the scars of what they did. Oh, but we have to do this because you're in our care. Military Code of Justice says we have to take care of you. You signed a document and a contract to be here. But if you just say you were lying to the DOD, then everything's fine. We'll let you out right now and we can stop this procedure.
Like just pure insidious evil. So after all of this and after going through this for 38 years, if we could by, through lobbying, through, going to the VA ourselves as VetComm. Like, if I could help you get rated, is it something that you even want at this point?
I want my honor back.
You want to be restored, made whole to where you were, as you should be.
I mean, they're using an administrative discharge because I couldn't finish my OTJ training on my MOS, even though I was there for almost 3 years. But because I was in the hospital, and because my own men beat me almost to death, and because they coerced me, I couldn't finish. It was impossible. There's no way I could have finished my duty. So they used that to get rid of me.
To set you aside, yeah.
And said I didn't do my duty, I couldn't hack it, and that I was a dishonorable soldier for turning them in and going outside of their chain of command. But I went through the chain of command. They didn't do anything. They set those men upon me. That's why I went to the congressman. That's why I went to DOD.
And even still, they didn't do anything.
They didn't do anything. They found I have a DOD statement,
Yep.
the investigative statement. That's the only thing that links me, because they say that I don't deserve benefits at all.
I would like to get all of I have some of it, I had sent someone out previous. I'd like to get like all your records. I have, this statement from you. I'd like to make some calls. I know which congressman, you spoke to. I'd like to make some calls and see the exact steps I need to take to be able to help you make it further in this journey, because bare minimum, they need to recognize you as a veteran. They need to pay you, what you are owed. I feel like they should be paying you back pay to when you tried to make this claim the first time and your success was thwarted. So if you're amenable to it, I would like to see what we can do as a company, see what I can personally do as the CEO of VetComm, one of the largest, companies that helps veterans in the world. I would like to see if we can help you if you're amenable to getting the help.
Absolutely. I've been through 5 or 6 advocacies, 3 lawyers, 18 different veteran groups, and every time anybody tries to help me, they get stopped right at national records. They say I don't exist or I don't have enough records.
Oh, I'm gonna go above and beyond and do a little extra that other people aren't willing to do. A lot of these other organizations are, quite frankly, outmanned, outgunned, underfunded. We have 115 people that work full-time on veterans cases. We'll help 25,000 people this year. We maybe just have enough resources where other people don't. And I would like to really lean into this and get you made whole, or at least get you where you feel like you have a modicum of respect given to you by our country. Because you shouldn't be, as good a job as you have done putting together your living situation, no veteran should be living without a bathroom, like the bare minimum of things,
Yeah.
right? And so I would like to see what we can do about this. But I would like to help that get imparted onto you, that worth and that respect that you're owed. Let me work on this for you. I will do it.
I lost my family. I lost my future. I lost everything at that point. I volunteered in rescue. I worked with the Coast Guard Division 11 down here in later years. I wanted to serve. Even though my country hated me, I wasn't serving that. I was serving my oath. I never got a proper discharge, so I never thought they ever even let me out.
So going bankrupt, that's how we ended up where we're at right now.
The enemy cannot win in this. I carry those 2 little souls with me. I couldn't stop them. They held me down. They beat me. I couldn't stop them from hurting my daughter, destroying my family. My daughter has severe mental health issues over this.
Nobody should have to live like that.
I was warned that if I ever came out with this someday, that no one would believe it. Thank God I have that DOD statement, or it would be my word against theirs. And nope, I have their own paperwork.
It's freaking horrible. All I can say is you didn't deserve what you got. You do deserve to be recognized as a veteran, you know, to get some of that worth imparted back onto your life, and at bare minimum be collecting your disability compensation. You know, that's first and foremost, and then we got to figure out how to get you a level up from here and a level up from there. You know, we'll take baby steps together. It's going to be a journey. It's probably going to take us 6 months to a year to accomplish all this, but I want to stay connected to you. I don't want you to feel like we came, got an interview, gave you some tchotchkes and left. We need to stay connected, and we need to get you where you're trying to go, and I'm happy to do it.
I like I said, I appreciate it very much. I gave up. I've been paranoid. I've been through divorces. I've been through relationships. Just, it's been nothing but a downfall loss. You know, my mission now has become one, to restore my honor.
Yeah.
That's it. I want that veterans card. That's all I want. That's it. I want that veterans card so I can join my brothers.
And you deserve that, bare minimum.
My mission now has become to watch the backs of my brother and sisters that were out there, because I was a degreed engineer. I never lived on the street before.
Yeah.
Never knew the type of violence, depression, and mental health I've ever seen in my life was when I lost everything and went on the street.
Very scary on the street. You know, I've been on the news about 100 times talking about it. People do not realize the extreme violence and chaos that people deal with being on the street, especially if it wasn't your intention to be on the street. Some people end up on the street, it's their intention to be there.
Yep.
But if it is not your intention to be there, I can see how people go from being very scared, desperate, depressed, trying to drug to numb things, drinking too much, and then becoming part of that, you know, that whole culture there. I see how that happens. So I agree. I would love to help lift you high, get you your worth back, help you get your veterans card, get you rated, and have you help us build this really mindfully put together base camp thing together, because I think you're probably the best person that could help us formulate the best sort of living environment, you know, trauma rehab situation for these veterans. So if you're willing to help me,
absolutely,
I would love to have your help. What I would like to do is, you know, you are, I imagine, in some need financially. I would like to, you know, every month, I'd like to give you, you know, $1,000 cash, and I'd like you to start working with me when I go out with the homeless.
I don't deserve it.
You do deserve it. You deserve more than this, and you know, nobody should not get paid for their time, and I would like to utilize your skills that you have. I'd like you to go out and do some homeless visits with me. I'd like to pick your brain on this new base camp idea, and in the meantime, I'd like to help you get rated and get your veteran card and do all of those things. Is that okay with you? Yeah? Can I give you another hug? Would that be okay? You didn't deserve all this. It's such a shame. Nobody should have to go through this. This is not okay, right? You know what's so interesting, why I've hugged you multiple times? Because when I talk to people that are in this situation that you're in, and I ask them, when is the last time somebody touched you in a meaningful, loving, and caring way? People tell me it's been 10 years, it's been 20 years, it's been too long. You know, so I would like to put some more joy and love and light in your life. Okay?
Thank
you.
you.
So let's get some other things going together. What else do we have for them? So we brought some other things for you today. I know you had a list of requests that would make your life a little easier. I think the tubs were one of them. You know, it was actually interesting. So we had an American Legion commander from Florida reach out to us a few months ago when Hurricane Helene came through. Everybody was flooded. They had about 100 veterans that were older than 70 years old that became homeless overnight, and all their stuff was gone. And so we made a tub for all of them. But we had to coordinate with Walmart and everything over there. But it was so interesting to me that everybody requested a tub. And we said, what are the tubs for? They said for what's left of what they have, to keep their things dry, to keep their things, you know, safe. And I was just like, oh my gosh. When a tub is on your list, we got to get going in the right direction, right? Yeah. When we're requesting tubs, we probably need some help. So what else do we have? Do you guys want to share with me what we have?
So they're filled. We can open it up.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
wow. What do we have?
In the backpack in the top pocket.
I love
I
this
needed
backpack.
a new one too.
Right?
I needed a new one. Mine ripped.
So we got a backpack.
Oh wow, thank
In
you.
the front pocket, there's a Metro Pass so you can get to places.
We got you a Metro Pass for the train or for the bus.
Train, bus, everything you need.
Oh my God, no way.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Yeah,
so
of course. We got you some clothes in here, some clothes that you requested.
Much. Tactical gear.
Yep, some tactical gear, some pants, all of these things. Is this a first aid kit? Oh, it's a camping kit.
Yeah.
That's
Nice.
a really good looking. I'll hand that to you. It looks like we got some Quest bars. Got to have some snackies, right?
Thank you.
We got a garden hose. I don't know what these are.
Oh my God.
Oh, we got some socks.
You guys are kidding.
So we wanted to make sure that today you felt like, hey, I have some people in my corner. I'm not fighting this battle alone anymore. I do have worth. We had a whole crew of people come out. We love you. This is the bare minimum that we could do today. We should get them into their program. So there's the National Center for Healthy Veterans. General Bob Dees is a very good friend of mine. We have supported them financially, and they will actually take you in if you want to. I know you love San Diego and you have this, but they will put you in a tiny home for a year, completely rehabilitate you while we simultaneously work on getting you rated. But they feed you every day. You live in a beautiful tiny house of your own with your own bathroom and shower. It's the most amazing, beautiful ranch ever. We would pay to get you there. I would even take you there myself and get you there, but it's amazing if you wanted to. It's a big step. I know you like being here, but I want you to think about it in the back of your mind because they are the nicest, most caring human beings on earth.
Might call it trauma bonding with me and my
Of course,
daughter.
yeah.
We were separated for 28 years because
Oh,
of
wow.
this. And just recently we found each other. She years ago we found each other. When I gave her to the family member to get away
Yep.
from the military and protect her, they took her across the country. I didn't see her until she was 22.
Wow.
And then we finally were able to get her here. This is the closest I've been to having a
You
family.
get to see her?
Once a month they come down if they can afford the gas because they live in a fifth wheel also.
Oh, got it. I can imagine. It's not easy to see your parent go through stuff like this. I would love it if you considered, it as an option.
I would
because it's amazing. So if it's something that you wanted to do, I'd like to.
Absolutely love it. I have to think about it and.
Yeah, of course. It's a really big decision because it is far away. We go visit them twice a year, so we'd see you and make sure Bob D's kept good, handle on you. Spoke with me, about your trauma recovery, but it's just something to consider,
Yeah.
because he's always asking me, who do you have that I could help, but I've never been able to bring them a person because it is far. But I think you are probably the best candidate to go through their program. I think it would be amazing for you. So we love you. Of course, we have more things. What else do we
We
have?
still have some MREs.
I'm almost
in here.
overwhelmed.
Oh, we got you some MREs.
MREs, yes.
And then this is the big one.
Thank you. Wow,
This is-
MREs.
Oh,
Brand new computer.
You're kidding me.
With
brand new
keyboard,
computer.
mouse, everything.
You're kidding me.
no.
No way.
Here you go.
Oh my God.
Yes.
With my little engineering thing I've been doing, I got computers out of the trash and repaired them. And I have old computers, but I've been putting stuff together to try to build my engineering.
It's a big day. It's a lot to take in. I know it could be a little bit overwhelming.
I don't deserve it.
You do deserve it. And that's the part of your mindset we're going to change.
Well, I just want to make sure none of this takes away from your mission to help
It doesn't in
the
any
ones that are
way.
out there that deserve it more.
You are that veteran. You are him. That's why we're here. This help is for you. You are them. Let's help you first. Let's put the mask on you first. And then we'll go help everybody else together. Yeah.
Yeah, I just, there's combat vets that need it more than I do. There's people who have been through.
We're going to help them too. See, this is
Today's about you.
Yeah, this is the thing. And this is something I want every veteran to understand. Every veteran thinks like you. That's why they don't get help. Okay, we're gonna help you first. Put your mask on first, and then you and I are gonna go help everybody else together. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited for you. I'm excited for where we're gonna get you. Yeah. And I would say to anybody watching this, instead of just doing the bare minimum and saying thank you for your service, ask how can I help? Because the help, even though to you, Mike, it seems like a considerable amount of help that we gave you, right? It's a few $1,000s worth of stuff. There's a lot of you that could come together and do this much. Pick a person, help them out. You're not going to help everybody one by one, right? You can't help the whole world, but we can help a person. We can help a single veteran. We can, come together and do things like this, and so can you. So, got to ask people, how can I help?